if you want to go out and move your cards about, TIE-tains. That was pretty sad, but these are cool. I've been waiting for something like these for a long time. You know, you see so many APBA folk out and about with their cards. They're at an airport, they're at a pub, they're in France. You know, you really want to get out every once in a while. Get out of the house, get out of the game room. Get out of the house, you kids, and play a game. Okay, well, how do you do that when you got a little bit of wind outside and you're worried about your cards, which are not an insignificant investment, flying away? You cannot lose your, Charles Jellyman Johnson card. You're not going to lose him, or your Wild Man Willie, or your Bednarik. All right? No, I think not. So what you need are these cool little stands that these folks in Pennsylvania have created. Pennsburg, Pennsylvania. They are Eagles fans, and so in their honor, for their wonderful adventure, we brought out some Eagles greats, the 49 GTOP, the 60 World Champion set, where you get the 60 Packers to play against them, and then you get the original franchise All-Star set, which only ends at 1982. One of our projects has been to create rosters for updated original franchise All-Star sets. So of course you're going to add your Cunningham and your Quick and your Reggie White and your Dawkins and your McNabb. A lot of folks you would update for the Eagles. And the Buccaneers and Seahawks never got one, but we're not talking about them. So one of our features early on was APBA on the road. You know, one of our earliest interviews was David Rogeborg Titano down in our old stomping grounds of Altamont Springs. We sat there at a Fern Park Starbucks, which is not quite Altamont Springs. It's near an old arcade my dad and I used to go to a lot of years. And it would have been cool to have had these stands, in 10, 11 years ago, but we have them now. The trick will be how much weather can they endure. I thought they might be like hard plastic, but I guess that wouldn't be as feasible, but maybe a more rigid version. Now, I happen to work in the plastics industry, so I know about all the materials out there, and modulus and coefficient of thermal expansion and the various, so they're just fun to just do that with. I'm going to put that down. I am looking forward to taking these babies out around maybe the Meadowlands. Maybe it'll replay the Miracle in the Meadowlands. Mr. Herm Edwards. Whoops. Well, he's coming off there, so that's you don't have to do it this way. You can just put him right in the middle there. And which begs the question, when you're talking about these cross-era teams, now, one of the things you can do, I'm really excited about with APBA football, is that you can configure your offense in your old classic 2 wide receiver, single tight end, and twin back for configuration, or you update it to the run and shoot, 4 wides, maybe a single back, or you've got your 3 wides, single back, a tight end, or your 2 tight ends, what have you. So of course you can have Carmichael and Young and Pijos together. Now, which begs the question to me, how are you going to, what is your what if you are going cross era? Let's just say that the 1960 Eagles faced the Aaron Rodgers Packers. How would you work that? Would they get in a time machine and have no time to prepare to face each other? Would they have a week or a month? Would maybe the 2 weeks between, the weeks that we get between the Super Bowls? So you'd have the 60 Eagles and maybe the 2010 Packers, and they get to look at their respective, their opponent's game film and see if they can use if their football IQ spanning decades would allow a good, even match. Maybe you'd find the matchups. I mean, I put Chuck Bednarik on a field today, 6'3", 235. I'm just moving these around here because we got a little Yellow Jackets curious. So, but the cool thing about this is when you've got APBA football working for you, you've got a lot of configurations. Now, if you've got a bunch of these TIE-tains, what's going to be cool is that you could Xerox a bunch of your cards and have your classic lineup. You could have your 3 wides, your 4 wides, whatever, and you could set up an entire offensive package and move it in like that. Okay, so you just move that one there, and then you got your 3 wide package there. If you wanted to have your quarterbacks, you could simply, you know, if you wanted to have your OFAS and you're going to play your different guys of different eras, maybe you have your one quarterback, or where's the other quarterback here? Certainly, you're lacking your Tom Brookshire there. That's a great card. This little guy's really interested here. Adrian Burke. Adrian Burke from his card is from 1954, sorry. And he's also the primary punter. So let's just say you want to play, and I know I'm balancing it here because I'm holding the phone, but let's just say you got your number 1 guy. So Burke's your first quarterback, and you want to flip it over, do something like that. Or maybe more accurately, you put him over here where Pete Pihos is. It's getting a little dicey there. So, you know, bottom line is this. You can have your guys, you could rotate, you know, the guy who's in at the time. So you've got your number 1 fullback and number 2 fullback. You flip them around there. You face the action somehow, however you determine it for your solo play or for your face-to-face play. And that way, you don't have to shuffle the cards. I see a lot of folks, you know, I'm the old spread them out type. You know, I remember the old colored brochures. So what I would do now is I would just have these TIE-tains, load them up with the, you know, my first and second halfback, my first and second fullback, my couple of, you know, my top 3 receivers, something like that. And by Xeroxing, you could have all these packages good to go. In 2014, I played in the National Card Football League's Global Skype tournament, used the 2007 Patriots. I calculated 14 or 15 offensive packages that you could have. So having these guys, sorry buddy, you know, having these TIE-tains and having these packages all preset, so you could even put, you know, if you had a flat surface maybe on one of these, or you could put a little flag in the middle, actually. Does that go all the way down? No, it doesn't go all the way down. So you could put a little flag in there and say package A, B, C, D, you know, and have a little sheet over there so you know what the point total is going to be and what these people need to, you know, what your opponent needs to counter defensively. So just a thought. And, of course, it would work defensively as well. You're setting up your nickel, your dime, what have you. You've got a hands team. You've got your high V pass rush guys, or your high V, you know, your V ratings, or it's pass run proficiency. You say you got your 4-2s for your pass run, and you get your pass rush team, and then you get your 2-4s for your run defense. I mean, possibilities are endless. So thank you, TIE-tains. We look forward to getting a lot of mileage out of you. You'll be expecting an order from us shortly. Thank you for the samples. Of course, we do not, we don't accept free full games or anything like that. Everything you see we might review has been paid for. So, but we do thank you for the samples, and I see a lot of folks are capitalizing on it. So, you know, you might put a little metal weight in the middle there like that. I'm just thinking something to keep the cards upright. Say if we're out by, you know, a raging rapids, or we want to play in I don't know, a hang glider or something like that. Extreme APBA, Extreme Tabletop Sports, coming to a channel near you.